So it's been a little bit over a week, or like a week and a half, since I moved states and cities, and I'm starting to sleep. Alright, doing this for the camera. I have tea gel, which is actually exactly what I've been manifesting for the past 4 years. So back in 2020, I realized that I was not just non-binary, that I was trans. And I identify as like gender fluid at this point. You can call me trans mass if you want to. I have no qualms about it. But I've been doing a lot of internal work for, I want to say, the past 2 years, and really unpacking like masculinity and redefining it and all this other stuff, because I had a really big internal obstacle to conquer before doing anything to my body, and honestly with just getting more comfortable with dressing mask. At times I don't dress that way all the time, because my biggest thing was like, I have CPTSD. I've endured a lot of trauma in this life, and I also happen to kind of just look like a female version of my top abuser out of the list of abusers that I've had in this life. And so for me, I really had to get past that mental block of like, oh, like I don't want to look in the mirror, which is like, this is real shit, and see my abuser, because we look so like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to let go of. But at the end of the day, and honestly, this came because of a shroom trip that I had last year around this time. Actually, I finally like broke through that last wall where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look like me. I'm not gonna look like you, asshole. And so that's where I'm at now. And so things just unfolded. Moved states and cities. My roomies have that HRT plug, and it happened just like that. Like, just like that. I'm like, wow, it's exactly how I wanted, like just the way it needed to be. And I really needed to, I feel like, be in the mental space first to be able to perceive this, which I definitely am at this point in my life, which I'm super happy and super proud about, that I've reached it here. Okay. Yesterday, this is my second day technically, but yesterday I did not do a full pump. I don't even know if that was a full pump either. I'm doing low dosage because again, I'm gender fluid. Also I was told to do it on parts of the body where there's a lot of blood circulation. That's why I don't have pants on right now, because I'm gonna put it on my thighs, because look at it.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal?
And honestly, they're just gonna get thicker. I'm gonna do some squats after this probably. Also, one of the things that I found out that I did not know before was that which makes sense, but this stuff is like really deadly, or can be deadly to animals, like to pets and stuff. And we have 2 cats in the house, so that's also part of the reason why I began applying it to my thighs, because then I can just put pants on after, especially because it's cooling down. So there's like, I feel like I don't run a risk of like rubbing it off on somewhere else around the house by accident, because it's not on my arm, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. All right, it's in there now. Also, I happen to be starting this while I'm on my period. Super fun. I posted on Lex about starting tea, and I'm like, how long until I don't have to deal with the period anymore? And this is not sponsored by Lex, but y'all should be using Lex. I discovered Lex when I was in New York. It's definitely very good for major cities, for like larger cities, but it's good anywhere, I feel like, to find queer people. But yeah, so some of the people were like, their period stopped, or they stopped getting their period like pretty much immediately after. And this other person said it was like 3 months after. But I'm hoping that it's the former, because and I'm also on birth control right now, which I also did a little research, and I heard that, or saw that like being on birth control can lower your testosterone levels. So I also like don't really know if I'm gonna keep it to 1 pump, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna feel it out. We're gonna vibe it out, like how I do anything and everything in my life, and it's gonna be fine. The things that I'm most excited for is for my voice changes. My voice is already kind of like lower than it usually is right now, because I'm getting over sickness. Because I was sick like all week last week. I think because I was like moving and planning and partying for like 3 weeks straight from before I moved, and then right after I moved I also like literally partied like that night and stuff. So I was just doing a lot, and I think that my body got really tired from it, and also the change in the weather like so rapidly, it fucked up my, like, I was, you know, I took my COVID test and everything, and I was like, I did not have COVID, but I was not feeling it, and I still kind of have a little bit of a cough. But I'm doing all my things to make sure that I'm good, basically. But yeah, I'm most excited about voice change. I think that's just the thing I'm most excited about, and that's kind of like, if I get nothing else other than that, I'd be fine with that. I feel indifferent towards bottom growth. I feel like if I do get bottom growth, I'll be like, haha, my dick's bigger than yours. Hell yeah, brother! But I feel indifferent towards it. It's not something that's like a want or a need per se. And I also want a mustache. That'd be nice, because I don't have like any facial hair, but I grow hair like hella a lot, like already. My armpits are hairy. I've already have a little bit of like a trail and stuff. Never haven't been on T, which is something I used to carry shame about when I thought that I had to be a woman. And because being socialized as a black woman, you're already like hyper masculinized in a weird way, and so like having to unpack that. But now I'm like, hair is beautiful. I love bitches with body hair. I'm bush for bush. Not talking about the president. Talking about the bush. Okay, that's all though. Yeah, I think that's like all I have to say. First week of tea. Give it up for the utes. Give it up for the uterine lining and the blood flowing out.
Help us, we're trapped and can't get out.
Give it up for them.